Hello and a huge welcome back to Clarity English Studio. This is the place where we make your journey with the English language feel simple, encouraging, and genuinely enjoyable. I'm your host, Anna, and I am absolutely delighted that you've chosen to spend some time with us again today.
Hi, Anna, and a big hello to everyone tuning in from all around the world. It's fantastic to be here, honestly. There's such a great energy that comes from knowing we're all connecting and learning together. I've really been looking forward to this.
Mike, it's so good to see you. How are you doing today? You've got a real sparkle in your eye.
I'm feeling wonderful, thank you. The sun is shining, I had a great cup of coffee this morning, and I'm ready to dive into today's topic. And you, Anna, you look exceptionally happy today. It's like you're radiating excitement.
Yes, I am. I'm practically buzzing with excitement. I have a very good feeling about today's episode because the topic is something that every single person listening will have to deal with, probably many, many times in their lives. It's a fundamental part of communication.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of those universal experiences. And it's not just a good topic, it's an incredibly important one. Mastering this can open so many doors, both personally and professionally. It's a skill that truly lasts a lifetime.
Exactly. But before we get into the heart of it, to everyone listening, if you're enjoying our podcast, please take just a moment to subscribe to our channel, Clarity English Studio. It's just one simple click, but it makes a world of difference for us.
Yes, please do. And while you're there, don't forget to hit that like button and maybe even share this episode with a friend, a family member, or a classmate who is also on their English learning journey. Your support helps our community grow and allows us to keep creating this content for you. It truly means the world to us.
All right, Mike, are you ready to get started?
I am more than ready. So, Anna, what is this monumental topic we're discussing today?
Today, we are tackling one of the most common and sometimes most dreaded requests in the English language. Tell me about yourself.
Ah, the classic. You hear it absolutely everywhere, don't you? It's the first day in a new class, it's the first question in a job interview, it's what someone says at a party when you're introduced for the first time. It's unavoidable.
That's right. And for so many people, it can feel like a surprisingly difficult question. Your mind can go completely blank. You don't know what to say, where to start, what's too much information, or what's too little. It can be quite stressful.
Exactly. You start asking yourself, what do they want to know? Should I talk about my job, my hobbies, my family, my weird love for collecting vintage spoons? It can be a real puzzle. But that's why we're here today, to take that puzzle apart piece by piece.
We are going to break it all down. Our goal is to make answering "Tell me about yourself" feel simple, easy, and maybe even a little fun. We'll give you the building blocks to create a confident and natural-sounding introduction in any situation.
Perfect. That sounds like a great plan. So, where should we begin? Who's going to be the guinea pig first, you or me?
How about you put me on the spot first? Go on, Mike. Tell me about yourself. Wait, no, ask me.
All right, challenge accepted. Anna, tell me about yourself.
Okay, my turn. Wow, even though I know it's coming, I still feel that little moment of panic. Where do I even begin? There are a million things I could say.
Let's start with the absolute basics, the simplest, most fundamental piece of information. What is your name?
All right, I can handle that. My name is Anna. That's spelled A-N-N-A. A nice, simple, and classic name.
It's a lovely name. It's a pleasure to officially meet you, Anna. And as for me, I'm Mike, M-I-K-E.
It's nice to meet you too, Mike. Okay, that was easy enough. Let's move on to the next piece of the puzzle. Here's a question for you. Where are you from?
Oh, a great follow-up question. I am from the beautiful country of Canada. Specifically, I grew up in a city on the West Coast, famous for its mountains and ocean views. Think lots of rain, but also lots of incredibly green scenery.
Canada! Wow, I've always wanted to visit. It sounds absolutely stunning. I imagine the air is very fresh there. As for me, I'm from the United States. I grew up in a mid-sized city in the Midwest, a region known for its friendly people and very distinct four seasons.
The U.S. Very cool. It's such a huge and diverse country. A city in the Midwest, so you probably experienced some snowy winters and hot summers, right?
Oh, definitely. We had the whole package. Beautiful autumns with colorful leaves, freezing winters with tons of snow, lovely springs where everything came back to life, and very hot, humid summers. It taught me to appreciate the changes in weather. What about your city? Is it a big one?
Yes, I live in a big city now. It's one of those places that feels like it never truly sleeps. It's busy, it can be noisy, and there's always something happening. There's a certain kind of electric energy in the air that I find really invigorating. But what about you, Anna? Do you live in a big city now?
Nope, I'm the opposite. I currently live in a small town. It's the kind of place where you know your neighbors and the person who works at the grocery store. It's quiet and very peaceful. After a long day, I love coming home to the calm. The loudest thing I usually hear at night is the sound of crickets.
A small town and a big city. We're living in completely different worlds. That's so interesting. It just goes to show how varied people's life experiences can be. Now, drilling down a bit further, do you live in a house or an apartment?
I live in a small house. It's nothing fancy, but it's cozy and it's mine. The best part is that it has a little garden in the back. I'm not an expert gardener by any means, but I absolutely love spending my weekend mornings out there with my plants.
A garden? You have a garden? I am officially jealous. I think having a little patch of green space to call your own is such a wonderful thing. I live in an apartment right in the heart of the city, so no private garden for me, unfortunately, though I do have a few plants on my windowsill that I try my best to keep alive.
Is it a big apartment or is it one of those compact city dwellings?
Oh, it's definitely not big. It's what real estate agents would politely call cozy. It's a small one-bedroom place, but it has big windows with a great view of the city skyline, which makes it feel more open. It's my little sanctuary above all the hustle and bustle.
That sounds lovely. A cozy apartment with a city view can be just as wonderful as a house with a garden. It's all about making a space your own. So let's review. We have your name, where you're from, and the type of place you live in. What's the next logical step in this introduction?
How about we touch on age? Now, this can be a sensitive topic for some people, so it's always good to be polite about it. You could say something like, if you don't mind me asking. So, Anna, how old are you, if you're comfortable sharing?
Of course, no problem at all. I am 29 years old. I'm standing at the very end of my 20s, about to step into a new decade, which is both exciting and a little bit scary.
29. Got it. That's a fantastic age full of possibilities. And as for me, I am 34 years old, firmly in my 30s now.
34, a wonderful age, Mike. They say your 30s are like your 20s, but with more money and better sense.
I'll have to see about the money part, but I certainly hope I have better sense. Okay, now let's move on to one of the biggest questions people ask when they're getting to know you. It often defines a large part of our lives.
I think I know what you're talking about. I'm ready, I think.
So, Anna, what do you do? As in, what do you do for work?
I am a teacher. Specifically, I teach English as a second language to adults. It's what I'm passionate about, which is partly why we have this podcast.
A teacher. You know, that makes perfect sense. The way you explain things is always so clear and patient. It's a natural fit. You have that calming, encouraging presence that great teachers have.
Thank you, Mike. I really love my job. I get to meet people from all over the world, hear their stories, and help them gain the confidence to communicate. The energy in a classroom where everyone is eager to learn is just incredible. Sometimes I even dream about grammar rules and vocabulary lists.
That sounds incredibly fulfilling. To feel like you're making a real difference in people's lives every day must be amazing. And what about me? Can you guess what I do?
Hmm, You have a very artistic and observant way of looking at things. You mentioned your love for the green scenery in your hometown. Are you a photographer?
You got it in one. I am a photographer. I do a mix of things, portraits, events, and sometimes I just wander around the city and take photos of interesting buildings or moments I see on the street. I even get to take some of the photos for our Clarity English Studio website.
Wow, that's so cool. Photography is such a creative and technical skill. You literally capture moments in time. You must have such a good eye for detail and beauty in the everyday.
I try to. I love that my work encourages me to look at the world more carefully. It forces me to notice the light, the shadows, the expressions on people's faces. It's a job that keeps me present and engaged with my surroundings.
A teacher and a photographer. That's actually a fantastic combination for a podcast team, isn't it? You capture the beauty of the world in images, and I try to help people describe it with words.
We're the dream team, Anna. All right, so we've covered name, place, age, and job. That's a pretty solid foundation for a self-introduction. What else can people share to add a bit more personality?
Let's talk about family. This is often a nice, warm topic that helps people connect on a more personal level. Of course, only share what you're comfortable with. So, Mike, do you have any siblings? Any brothers or sisters?
Yes, I do. I have one older sister. Her name is Chloe, and she is 3 years older than me.
Chloe, that's a beautiful name. Being the younger brother, did you two get along when you were kids?
Most of the time, yes. She was the responsible older sister, and I was the slightly more mischievous younger brother. We're very close now. We talk on the phone almost every day. What about you, Anna? Any siblings?
Yes, I have one younger brother. His name is Sam, and he's 5 years younger than me. So I'm the older sister in my family.
A younger brother, so you had to pave the way for him. What is Sam like?
He's wonderful. He's very funny and much more adventurous than I am. He's always trying new things, like rock climbing or learning to surf. He pushes me to be a bit more daring.
That's great. It's interesting how sibling dynamics work. So what do your siblings do? My sister, Chloe, is a veterinarian. She has always loved animals more than anything, so it's the perfect job for her.
A veterinarian. Wow, that is such a compassionate and important job. My brother Sam is currently in university. He's studying to be a graphic designer. He's incredibly artistic and can create amazing things on his computer.
A graphic designer? That's fantastic. It seems we both have creative siblings. It's wonderful to see people doing work they are passionate about. What about your parents, Anna? What do they do?
My mom is a librarian. I think I got my love of reading and learning from her. She works at our local town library, and she knows the location of almost every book by heart. And my dad is an accountant. He loves numbers and spreadsheets, which is a skill I definitely did not inherit.
A librarian and an accountant. I love that. A world of stories and a world of order. That's a lovely combination. And they must be so proud of you being a teacher.
They are very supportive. Thank you, Mike. And what about your parents? I'm curious to hear about them.
Well, my dad is a high school history teacher, so we have another teacher in the family. I think his passion for storytelling is what partly inspired my love for capturing stories through photos. And my mom is a chef. She runs a small catering business from her home.
A history teacher and a chef. Wow. Your house must have been filled with fascinating stories and delicious food. That sounds like an amazing environment to grow up in.
It was pretty great, I have to admit. I learned a lot about world events at the dinner table, and the food was always incredible. Okay, Anna, we've covered family. Let's move on to another topic that brings a lot of joy to people's lives. Let's talk about pets.
Pets. Oh, absolutely. I love talking about pets. Mike, do you have any furry, scaly, or feathery friends at home?
I do. I have a dog. He is a golden retriever named Rusty. He is about 4 years old, and he has more energy than any living being I have ever met. He is basically a big, fluffy ball of happiness.
A golden retriever. I love dogs. Rusty is a great name. What's his personality like?
He's incredibly friendly, a little bit goofy, and he believes that every person he meets is his new best friend. His favorite things in the world are going for long walks in the park, chasing squirrels, and taking long naps in a patch of sunshine on the floor. He brings so much laughter into my life.
He sounds absolutely adorable. I'd love to meet Rusty one day.
Maybe one day he can be a special guest on the podcast. Now, what about you, Anna? Do you have any pets?
Yes, I have a cat. She is a sleek black cat named Luna. She is the complete opposite of a high-energy dog. Her personality is very calm, very regal, and a little bit mysterious.
Luna. What a perfect name for a black cat. So she's the queen of the house.
Oh, absolutely. She's very independent and does things on her own terms. She spends most of her day sleeping in various cozy spots around the house, but at night she loves to curl up on the sofa with me while I'm reading. She has a very soft, quiet purr that is incredibly calming.
That sounds so lovely. Pets just make a house feel more like a home, don't they? They add so much warmth and character.
They really do. Okay, so Mike, let's do another quick recap. We now have name, location, age, job, family, and pets. We're building a really detailed picture of a person.
Yes, we are. And now we can move into the really fun stuff, the things we like, our favorites. This is where you can show a lot of your personality. Let's start with a big one, food. Anna, what is your favorite food?
Ooh, that is a tough question. I am a big food lover, but if I had to choose just one absolute favorite, I think I would have to say it's sushi.
Sushi, an excellent choice. What is it about sushi that you love so much?
I love the variety. You can have so many different flavors and textures in one meal. I love the freshness of the fish, the slight sweetness of the rice, and the salty kick of the soy sauce. It feels like a very clean and artistic food. What about you, Mike? What's your number one favorite food?
For me, it's an easy answer. My favorite food is pizza. A classic, I know, but it's just perfect. It's warm, it's cheesy, it's comforting. It's the perfect food for a Friday night after a long week.
You can't go wrong with pizza. It's universally loved for a reason. What are your go-to toppings? Are you a purist or do you like to load it up?
I'm a big fan of a classic pepperoni pizza, maybe with some mushrooms and green peppers, but I'm also open to trying more gourmet combinations. I once had a pizza with pear, gorgonzola cheese, and walnuts, and it was surprisingly delicious. So is sushi your favorite, or is pizza up there too?
I do love pizza, especially a good margarita with fresh basil, but sushi is my number one. All right, next favorite. What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is green, specifically a deep forest green. It reminds me of the giant trees in the forests near where I grew up. It's a very calming, natural color for me. It makes me feel grounded and peaceful.
Forest green is a beautiful color. I can totally see that for you, especially with your love of nature. My favorite color is blue. Not just any blue, but the color of the sky on a perfectly clear, sunny afternoon. It feels so open, optimistic, and full of potential.
Blue sky and green forests. Our favorite colors are a perfect landscape. Okay, how about a favorite animal? I think I can guess yours.
Is that obvious? My favorite animal is a cat. I'm fascinated by their elegance, their independence, and their mysterious nature. They're graceful and comforting all at once.
I knew it! A perfect match for a Luna's owner. And as you can probably guess, my favorite animal is a dog. Their loyalty, their boundless joy, and their unconditional love are just incredible. They are a constant reminder to be happy and live in the moment.
It's so interesting how our favorite things can say so much about us. Okay, let's move on to our next category, hobbies. The things we do in our free time for pure enjoyment. Mike, what are some of your hobbies?
Well, aside from photography, which is both my job and a hobby, I absolutely love hiking. On the weekends, I try to get out of the city and find a trail in the mountains or by the coast. Being surrounded by nature, breathing the fresh air, and getting some exercise is the perfect way for me to reset my mind.
Hiking. That sounds amazing. It connects back to your love of nature and forest green. Do you go alone or with friends?
Both. Sometimes I love the quiet solitude of hiking alone. It gives me time to think. Other times, it's great to go with friends and chat while we walk. I also really enjoy cooking.
Oh, a man who cooks. That's a fantastic hobby. Does that come from your mom being a chef?
Definitely. I grew up watching her in the kitchen, and I picked up a lot. I find it really creative. I love experimenting with new recipes and flavors. For me, cooking a good meal for people I care about is a great way to show love. What about you, Anna? What are your hobbies?
I have a few. My biggest hobby is reading. I know, a librarian's daughter who loves to read. What a shocker. But I truly love it. I can get completely lost in a good book for hours. I especially love historical fiction. I love learning about a different era through the eyes of a character living in it. I also have a hobby that's a bit more active. I practice yoga. I find it's the perfect way to stretch my body and calm my mind after a busy day.
Reading and yoga. That sounds like a beautifully balanced combination of stimulating your mind and calming your body. It's so great to have hobbies that nurture different parts of yourself.
It really is. This conversation is flowing so well. We are learning all these little details about each other, and it feels so natural.
I agree. It feels like we are conducting a very friendly and very long tell me about yourself experiment on each other. But I'm enjoying it. So we've talked a lot about the things we like. To create a more well-rounded picture, what about talking about the things we don't like?
Ooh, that's a spicy addition. I like it. It shows another side of your personality. Okay, you go first, Mike. Tell me about a food that you really, truly do not like.
Okay, a food I don't like. Let me think. I know this is a controversial opinion, but I do not like olives. I've tried them many times, green ones, black ones, but I just can't get past that strong, briny flavor.
Olives. See, I quite like olives, especially in a salad, but I totally get it. Some flavors are just not for everyone. For me, the food I cannot stand is celery. I just don't understand it. It's watery, it's stringy, and the flavor is so overpowering to me.
I can see that. The texture of celery is definitely unique. Okay, next one. What is a chore or an activity that you just don't like doing?
Oh, easy. I do not like doing the dishes. Especially after cooking a big meal, the last thing I want to do is stand at the sink and scrub pots and pans. I will procrastinate on that for as long as possible.
I am with you 100% on that one. Washing dishes is the worst. My least favorite chore, though, has to be folding laundry. I don't mind putting it in the washing machine or the dryer, but the folding part? It feels endless, and I'm not very good at it. All my t-shirts end up looking like wrinkled little balls.
I feel your pain. It's funny how these little likes and dislikes can make you feel so connected to someone. So, after all this talking, I think we have built an incredible guide. We've created a full menu of options for how to describe yourself.
Exactly. And the most important thing to remember is that you don't have to say all of this at once. That would be a very long and probably overwhelming introduction. Hi, my name is Mike. I'm 34, from Canada. I'm a photographer. My sister is a vet. I have a dog named Rusty. I love pizza but hate olives. It's way too much.
Way too much. The key is to choose the right pieces of information for the right situation. You need to read the room. So let's think about some different scenarios. For example, if you're in a professional setting, like a job interview.
Right. In a job interview, they don't need to know about your cat, Luna, or my dislike of folding laundry. You would want to focus on your professional life. You could say something like, well, my name is Mike, and I'm a professional photographer with over 10 years of experience. I specialize in portrait and event photography, and I'm really passionate about capturing authentic moments. I was drawn to this role because I admire your company's creative vision.
That is a perfect example. It's relevant, it's professional, and it connects your personal story to the job you're applying for. Now, what about a more casual setting, like a party where you don't know many people?
In that case, you can be much more personal. You want to be friendly and find common ground. You could say something like, "Hi, I'm Anna. It's great to meet you. I live in the area and work as a teacher. In my free time, I love trying out new cafes and going to yoga classes. What about you?
That's a great way to start a conversation. It gives the other person several things they can ask you about. They could ask what you teach or what your favorite cafe is. It's an invitation for connection.
Exactly. And what if you are in a new English class on the very first day?
For an English class, you can combine a few personal details with your learning goals. For example, hello everyone, my name is Anna. I'm from the United States and I live in a small town. I have a cat named Luna. I'm learning English because I love to travel and I want to be able to communicate with people from different countries.
That's brilliant. It shares a bit of your personality and also your motivation for being in the class. It helps your teacher and classmates understand you better. The whole point of Tell Me About Yourself isn't to give a full biography. It's to open the door for a conversation.
An open door. I love that way of putting it. It's not a test you have to pass. It's an invitation to share a small, interesting piece of your story. Mike, I really enjoyed hearing your story today. I feel like I know you so much better now.
The name change is even confusing for us. I feel the same way, Anna. I learned that you're a dedicated teacher who loves sushi and historical novels, and you have a wonderfully goofy dog who keeps you laughing.
She absolutely does. And I learned that you're a talented photographer and a passionate cook who loves hiking in his green-colored world. And you have a wonderfully goofy dog who keeps you laughing.
This was a genuinely great chat, and I truly hope it was helpful for everyone listening. The next time someone asks you to tell me about yourself, we hope you'll feel a little more prepared and a lot less nervous.
Yes, remember the magic formula. Keep it short, keep it relevant to the situation, and keep it friendly. You don't need to overthink it. Just be yourself.
And don't forget to add a smile. A warm, genuine smile is a universal language. It's like an instant connection, a superpower that's completely free.
So true. Well, looking at the clock, I think our time for today is almost up.
Already? Wow, time really does fly when you're having a good conversation.
It really does. I had a wonderful time today, Mike.
Me too, Anna. And before we say our goodbyes, we want to ask our amazing community of listeners for one tiny favor. If you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, please consider subscribing to Clarity English Studio and giving this episode a big friendly like.
Your support truly helps other learners from around the world discover our podcast. And please feel free to share it with anyone you know who is learning English. And now we have our question of the day.
Yes, it's your turn to practice. Go to the comment section below this episode and introduce yourself. Just a few sentences. You can use one of our templates or create your own. For example, my name is blank, I'm from blank, I enjoy blank, and my favorite food is blank. Super simple.
We cannot wait to read your introductions. We genuinely love learning about the incredible people who make up our listening community. It always makes our day.
Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with us today. Take care, stay curious, and remember that every little bit of practice counts.
We'll be back very soon with another fun and helpful episode. Until then, goodbye everyone, and bye Mike.
Bye, Anna. Goodbye, everyone.